We ain't ready to go live yet. I gotta play one more thing. Let me play this thing real fast.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in. This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a meeting.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. And you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
All right. Now we officially ready to go live.
Now we ready to go live.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? We apologize for the technical difficulties, so we're a little late tonight, but that's okay. We're here, and we are glad you're here. I don't know where you are, Wizard, if you're on your phone or what you're doing, but you got some nerve. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, how you doing, Obadiah? Playoff season is near. I'm ready, Obadiah, but I'm not, because it's gonna be sad. No football. What's going on, Tick? How you doing? What's going on, Dwayne Little? What's going on, Barry Van? We in podcast land. Pierce County in the building. How you doing, Marquise? What's going on, man? Burke County in the house. Isn't that ironic? We got a Thompson and a Burke County fan. Yeah, I love you too, Wizard, I reckon.
Y'all, both of y'all crazy.
We got a Thompson and Burke County fan in the place. Y'all got a big game this week. Be interesting to see who the Wizard picks, or what his reasoning behind picking who he picked was. So, how you doing, Mr. Sloan? Friday Night Lights, syrup maker fan checking in. How you doing? What are you doing, sir?
I was playing with. I was trying to see if our headlines could show. That's all.
Yeah. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I put it in a different view format if it would show, but it ain't showing.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, DeAntoine? Carver Columbus checking in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you. It's the Wednesday night edition of the Friday Night Lights podcast. Tick says Aquinas versus Howard was a good game last night. I saw it. I saw it going on when I was passing by last night. If I had known, I would have gone, but I was coming back from Fort Valley. I was trying to get home. What's going on, Mr. Hurst? TCC checking in. Obadiah wants the Wizard to know not to pick any more Thursday deadlines because he forgot.
Hey, that ain't my fault. And it ain't his fault. That's all I'm gonna say on that. The word he gave me, the word to put out, I put the word out for him. If you ain't read it, I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Marquis said he's doing good. Glad to know it. Glad to know it. So, as we get closer and closer to Sunday, we will know for sure who's playing who.
Yes.
And all of this speculation about these power rankings will hopefully go out of the window, because my goodness.
I just want folks to understand that the power rankings, the brackets that we put out, they were based off power rankings that was updated late Monday and throughout Tuesday. Monday and throughout early Tuesday, because they're constantly being updated. Prime example, if you look at the PSR right now, they just got updated at 6:40 p.m. tonight. So they're constantly changing. That's number one. Number two, there are still games needed to be played in 3A, 2A, and Division One. That's going to have an impact on these rankings. So do keep that in mind. It's a static thing right now until Sunday. It's going to be consistently changing between now and Sunday. So do keep that in mind.
Barry says 2A is in a mess with the playoff bracket. What's going on, Patrick Watson? I'm sorry, Patrick Watkins. My apologies, Mr. Watkins. I didn't mean to mispronounce your name. How are you doing, sir? He says, "What's up, fam? 4-8 state champion in the building. We will go back to back." Okay. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
T says, "All I know is somebody got to come to the hood on November 15th. They do,
Mm.
but you know what? It ain't that bad. They're not technically in the hood. They're across the street. So
In Northeast Macon.
yes, they're across the street. They'll be okay. What's going on, Mr. Virgil? Brooks County is here. Ms. Farley says, "So is it possible, or what's possible, that Peach County could have played the syrup makers again in the playoffs?" Yeah, it could have been, but I think now, I mean, with the shakeup, I think before the shakeup last Friday, it was more possible, but yeah, after Friday, more than likely we won't be on the same path. What's going on, Mr. Green? How you doing? He says, "Hello, everyone." Mr. Wembley says, "What's up, good folks? I got a good question for y'all tonight. Maybe y'all can educate me on something." Well, we'll see what we can do. How
Well,
you
let's go.
doing?
Well, go ahead and throw the question out there so we can, if we got to research it, we can research it, or just go ahead and talk about it now.
John Wilkins. How you doing, Mr. Wilkins? Wilkins, TCC fan, is here. Six says, "Yo, it's East making, sir."
I heard that.
Patrick says, "Yo, tell Mike what I told you."
Okay. Mike, my
Yes.
homeboy Pat told me to tell you that you wrong as heck. And if it was
About what?
Friday, I'll use another word.
Wrong as heck about what?
Report stop bridge to the GHSA.
Uh-huh. Well, hey, you know what? Somebody had to do it. Now,
And
if Ola had handled their business, then I wouldn't have said that.
wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, if Ola had handled business, I wouldn't have said that. But after that Ola game and
Yeah,
Ola lost to Stockbridge one,
you
I
had to
said,
let it be known.
I said, yes, I said, yes, I'm going to report you.
It's so crazy.
No, but real talk though, just so everybody understand, I did not. It wasn't me that snitched on Stockbridge. Apparently, Stockbridge say they self-reported themselves. Just so everybody understand.
She said,
That's
thirsty.
that's what the AJC said.
But here's the thing. I'm wondering, would they have self-report? Because I mean, I'm from the school that you're not gonna spray me with my own tea. Okay. So if
Okay.
I know that you know, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. So I'm wondering, if they had not said a word, who would have snitched?
Okay, now I'm gonna just say this, and I'm not the type of person that stick my chest out with that "I told you so" and all of that stuff. But I've had several conversations and even said on this podcast that this would happen to Stockbridge. You know what I mean? Go back and check my receipts. I knew some things that had transpired, and why did they allow this to go on so long to hurt them? Those kids had a good season. I think one lost region champ, and to let this go on, and I'm like, Jess, yeah, of course, I'm pretty sure more than Cedar Grove and a couple of more people in the region knew about this situation. So if they was gonna get ready to tell it or let it be known that they knew and they was going, yeah, if I'm Stockbridge, I'd go ahead and blow the whistle too. But if I also knew what the deal was, I would have kind of made this thing aware of in the beginning, took care of one or two games, and then still fought to fight for a region championship instead of letting them kids go through the season successful and have it snatched away.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
you knew and didn't care, and that's what you needed to get to where you were going. You didn't care until you were gonna get caught.
That part too.
Because it's
Could
not
be
like
nobody ever know.
it's not. You know, it could. Sometimes it's a miscalculation, and other times it's, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. But if you don't know what I'm doing, then because based on some other things that I've heard, I'm almost positive they knew what was going on. So that's that on that. And I hate it for those seniors. I really do. Because the adults involved should have done the right thing. So, but guess what? The season is not over. So they might not be the only ones.
Yep.
Just have to wait and see. What's going on, Mr. Thank you, Obadiah. He said I had a point. Mr. McDaniel, how you doing? Good evening to you.
What's going on, Mr. McDaniel?
What's going on, Mr. Wilson? Second seed Upson Lee is in the building. He said he heard the same thing. Tick says, right, Jess, I'm not going to willingly shoot myself. What's going on, Nick? How you doing? What's going on, Mr. Edmerson, Alonzo Edmerson? Welcome to the podcast. His question is, y'all think Carrollton has a shot at the state title? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I really hang out with you too much.
Carrollton is definitely a favorite in 6A to win the state championship. Mr. Ederman, I don't man, you talking about one of the strongest teams in the state. I don't think nobody can just beat Carrollton like that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think their biggest threat is 6A. Who do you think is their biggest threat? Well, Buford, maybe?
Yeah, Buford. Yeah, Buford. I wouldn't count Grayson out and the way North Gwinnett playing right now, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't really get challenged until the quarterfinals against South Gwinnett and semifinals against more than likely. I'm sorry. They should ride through that bracket pretty easy because they're gonna have Valdosta come up to them if it sticks to the way it is. So we can see Valdosta coming up to Carrollton and losing, but it's gonna be in the semifinals when they face either Buford or North Gwinnett in the semifinals. That's gonna be their biggest challenge. Because I mean, let's be real. Coming out the other side of the bracket, like you said, this is gonna be Grayson or Douglas County coming out the other side of the bracket at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think 6A is pretty much in stone, considering they're not worried about PSR rankings and stuff. So if that's where it's set at, then they probably set in stone, so you can pretty much know who you're gonna be facing. I know 4A and the upper classifications have gotten that stuff set in stone. So yeah, Carrollton gonna probably be playing without winning the championship.
Well, we still got Region 4 and 6A because Grayson needs to win this game on Saturday against Newton to solidify the Region 4 teams for the most part.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing we're waiting on in 6A is that game on Saturday. And then 5A and 4A, they get at least one, each class has at least one game that needs to be played to solidify region seedings, but which we think those teams that are ranked should handle business.
Mm-hmm. Kenneth Hurst says, will players ineligible transfer to another school help another team?
Huh?
Players that are ineligible at one school transfer to another school to help another team, to help.
And well, see, that's the thing. I got this one, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Once you're ruled ineligible by the GHSA, you cannot go play at another school for that year. You got to sit out for a year.
365, baby.
Yeah. So basically, i.e., hence Bo Walker. He was ruled ineligible at Stockbridge. He could not come back to City Grove, and he was ineligible to play at any other GHS school. Is the reason why he went to Raven Gap, which is a school that actually plays in a North Carolina um, classification and what's the word I'm looking for? Um, yeah, classification plays. You know,
Mhm.
they're in a
Another
North Carolina
division,
region.
another
Yeah,
association.
yeah, in a different association that's in North Carolina. So they got have nothing to do with Georgia. So he's eligible to go play there, unless he went
So
to
private.
a private school in the state
Yeah,
of Georgia. That's the only other way he would have been able to play. That's not associated with the GHSA. Keep
yeah.
that in mind.
Yeah,
So
GIAA or something like that.
yeah, yeah. So once
Mhm.
you're ruled ineligible in the state of Georgia at a GHSA school, you cannot play at another GHSA school for that year. You got to go outside of the GHSA to play.
Yo, can you imagine if Bo Walker had gone to Westfield?
Westfield or to Tatnall or
Tatnall or
Stratford,
Stratford,
you
Mount
know, somewhere
LaSalle,
making Mount the Sale. My lord,
state championship, buddy.
my lord, by himself.
Tick says, "True, yo. The grown up screwed the children with this one." So
Definitely, bro.
this is the question Mr. Wembley has. So, is it legal for a team to use a screen to let their defense know what play is about to be called from the opposing team's offense? For example, the screen had a red square for run and a purple square for pass, but the screen never switched until the play was called from the opposing team's offense.
That's no
Uh,
problem. Ain't
no
nothing
problem.
against them.
NFL college do it. Here's the thing. I blame it on the offensive coordinator for not having multiple plays from the same formation.
Yeah.
At the end of the
That,
day,
I mean, now if it's something going on illegal to where they're listening in to their plays and their notice, then yeah, that's a problem. That's something GHSA would have to investigate. But if they can just read coverage and know that you're lining up in this position, so you're calling a run, so they throw up a purple square or whatever, the red square or whatever. Um, yeah, it's nothing illegal against that.
Mhm.
nah. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Most schools are doing the same thing nowadays. They're going back and looking at the previous series anyway when the offense and or defense comes to the sideline. So here's the thing. It's, they're watching film on the sideline in live. So it's happening regardless.
Bruh, and Jessica attested this. I got a real good buddy by the still of Coach Marcel Hughley, who watch films all day, and he can call plays out before they even happen, bro. So I mean, just
But
gotta watch
but
I
film.
told you that we were gonna go now. I told
but I mean, but yo, based on I mean, you can do the same thing with personnel that's on the field. If you
Exactly.
understand film, just like when y'all came to the City Grove game, and I called and I
you. You
told you,
sure did.
man,
Yep.
this dude is at this position. The,
This what's
Mount
gonna
Zion
happen.
about to score.
He
Mount
Yep.
said
Zion
they
about to
finna
score.
score. He said it. You said it. You like he finna score. He finna score. And I be doggone if he didn't score and Mike didn't
right,
get up and
right
cuss
in
up a
front
storm.
of the player that he was talking about.
And he got
But,
the cussing. I was like, oh.
but I mean, you know,
Oh, Barry. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I know. I
Barry,
saw that.
Barry, we gotta talk. Find out what's going on there.
Yeah. Um,
what Barry talking about?
Elmo. I, we'll talk later. Elmo, what's going on? Y'all, let me tell you about Elmo. I was so happy to see. I went to my polling place yesterday. I was so happy. I saw my buddy Elmo in line. He was like two people in front of me. And he looked back. I said, "Hey, Elmo, you know what he did?
Mm.
He shot me a bird."
Cause he a gator hater.
Yeah, I'm happy to see my buddy, my
Well,
friend, my ace.
let's not forget that while we was in attendance at that game, I get a phone call from my cousin Elmo, and he want to talk about Florida being up and their quarterback being hurt and how thing. I ain't hear no more from Elmo. What
You know
happened,
what?
Cole?
I thought Elmo got bedazzled this week.
Ooh, my.
I'm gonna leave that one right there, Elmo.
Right there.
Right now. Oh, I don't think I can take that. I don't think I can take that again. Uh,
Uh,
Mr. Wilson says, now you got to wonder how those guys and seniors feel. I already know how they feel. They feel terrible. They feel terrible. What's
I'm
going
gonna
on?
tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say real quick, like I said about refs call, and Perry kind of experienced that they last game on Friday. It's all fun and game, man. As fans and us being a panel member, y'all being listeners to poke fun at each other and talk about this stuff. But when you experience that kind of hurt, like those kids going through that season and having it snatched away, or you having games called and decided in playoffs and championships about off of bad calls and stuff, man, that hurt them kids' experience, man. I'm not even a parent. I'm not even a football parent. I'll say that. Uh, and to see the hurt on those kids' face, man, you can never imagine. So
Yeah.
if you talk about it and pick at Stockbridge and all of that, just pray it don't ever happen to your kids, and you have to see the hurt on their face.
and this the thing,
And,
and you know what? This is the part
mhm.
that we ain't even real lot talked about. Depending if those kids were seniors, this is their second time experiencing this.
Ooh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. How you doing, Paris?
Okay.
Welcome to the podcast. Barry says, I know they're not. They're finna hit a team into a next. Uh-huh. Remember what I said earlier today, Barry. What's going on, Tracy? How you doing? Macon County is in the building. Um, Paris says Carrollton is a real deal. Tick says Carrollton has a two-headed monster at running back in addition to Juju.
Yeah, man, I saw both of those guys' stats from the last game, and wow.
Yeah,
I mean, the rich just keep getting rich. The Kansas City Chiefs of Georgia high school football, that thing.
clearly, because apparently the Kansas City Chiefs had one of the best trades of the NFL season, but we'll talk about that later. Obadiah says, in the next 2 years, do you all think they will continue to do this power ranking since it seems also confusing to certain teams?
Well, after speaking with the director and associate director, the power rankings has always been in play. They've always done power ranking. The only difference is it now will determine seeding of the playoff. That's it. Like what people don't understand is even after the first, okay, let's say a 32 team played a one seed and a 32 team happened to upset that one seed. They don't reposition or rank or reformat to have the lower seed playing the higher seed again. If y'all remember back in the NFL and NBA days, they used to do that. So, which means if 16 through 31 wins and 32 beat one, instead of two playing 16 now, two would go and play. I'm sorry, 32 would play 16, two would play 15. They would have two playing 32 and let go on from there, three on over to make it still being the higher seed playing the lowest seed. But they don't do that. So all the rankings are doing, the PSR rankings are doing is just initial playoff seeding in the 3A on down minus Division 2. So I think it's going to be something they're going to stick with. They're doing. At first, initially, I didn't think they would, but after speaking with the directors, I think they're going to continue to go on with this. The only thing that would change it if privates get put back into the regular playoff, and that may not change it at that time. It may go a statewide, going 6A all the way down to single A, that they will run the power rankings for seeding.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's see. What's going on? Thank you, Marquise. We appreciate your loyal listening. Radinsky Williams, how you doing? Long time no see. You doing all right?
Definitely.
Um, Tick says Valdosta at full strength versus Carrollton will be a good game.
And what?
Football.
Valdosta has a stud of a player that can propel them in a region. They can propel them 1 or 2 rounds of the playoff, but not going up against a powerhouse like Carrollton. Personally, I don't think so. Not to discredit anything Tick's saying, because I will tip my cap to my brother Tick. He knows football. So I'm not saying anything, but my personal opinion, Carrollton is just too strong for any team at full strength, minus 3 or 4 teams in the state of Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Here go Dwayne. Oh, Dwayne with the mess. He said Lego said snitched on the team trying to copy them. Then he then he said, did they
Hold on.
just
Let me comment on that one, real. Can I
I
please
was
comment on
like,
that one? Do understand while that was going on, Legoland was dealing with their own issues,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Had they
Legoland been dealing
own
with
had
their
they
own
own
issues.
fish to fry. They wouldn't worry about nobody else's fish grease.
Exactly, and I'm gonna leave it at that because it ain't my place to put it out in public like that.
And
I'm gonna maintain my relationship.
and the rule was put in place because of Garcia's transfer.
yeah,
So yes, it has been a new rule in place that if you're ineligible, you can't go to another school and be eligible in the state of Georgia after they allowed Garcia to transfer from Valdosta to Grayson. So that's been called the Garcia rule.
yeah. And that's what Dwayne and Mr. Allen, welcome to the podcast, Mr. Allen, um, have just alluded to. The changing of the rule because of the quarterback from Valdosta. Um, Tick says he doesn't think the power rankings will be so confusing after everyone sees how it goes this year. The makeup games are making it a bit more tedious.
Agreed, Tick, because let's be real. If we didn't have the makeup games, we would already know seeding and placing right now. So the fact that we have to wait a whole week on a lot of teams that seasons are done, and you got to wait to these makeup games to see where you fit, where you're playing. It's nothing no different from the regular format when you got to know who the region champion. It comes down to that last week to know who you're playing. So it's really not that confusing. It's just what Tick said. When you look at the fact that you got an extra week to sit down and got to still get a fine tooth comb to get this thing figured out, is why I think it's a little more confusing than what it will possibly be going forward if they do decide to continue it.
Okay. With regard to what Mr. Wembley asked up above, Tick says it's no different than a defensive coordinator yelling it to his players in real time.
Agreed.
Uh, they almost say he love us. Okay. And yo,
Hey man, I already knew Jesse as soon as um don't get me wrong, DJ Latway is a hell of a player. Um as soon as he went down, while they was attending to him on the field, they had the stats up on the jumbotron, and I told Jess, take a picture of that real quick and send it to me. So for y'all to think that y'all was gonna win because before DJ Latway got hurt is really absurd, because you couldn't move the ball, you wasn't doing anything. It was Carson Beck pretty much giving you the game. Um, Again, if anybody listened to our show on Monday and I spoke on Carson Beck and who he is, we have slow starts because we don't have that run game that Georgia's used to open up those passing lanes and play actions for Carson Beck. But as the game go on with the type of offensive linemen we have and the backs that we can continue to shuffle in and throw at people, we tend to wear people down. That's why second half we look like we're a whole different team. Y'all probably would have had a lead going into halftime, maybe even a bigger lead than what you had. But I guarantee you in the second half, you will not have won that game with or without Lagway. Carson
and
Beck they always take the ball out of his hand in the second half and kind of hand it off a little more. The run start showing up a little more, a little better, and they do a lot of quick screens and things like that to get it out of his hands. So yeah, if you go and look at the stats before he got hurt, bro only threw for about 50 or 60 yards, and one
it
on
wasn't
was
even that. Outside of
yeah,
that 43-yarder for coverage, I think on a busted coverage, I think he was 1 of 6 for like 36 yards, something like
yeah.
that.
And
And what
Malachi
did I
Clark,
And
Malachi Stark just took a bad angle and had to try to recover on that play. That didn't take away from the throw. It was a hell of a throw and a hell of a route. But Malachi Stark 9 times out of 10 make that play. So nah, y'all can say that.
and what did I say when we were in the stadium? I said why? I said why? What I say? Watch what Dwayne gonna say.
Wayne Lillard gonna be the one that said it.
I did say that. You did congratulate us, Elma. You did congratulate me, but that's after you cussed me out. But I still love you. Uh, Mr. Edmondson says Bo Walker is the truth. I saw him last season in the second round playoff game. I did too, Mr. Edmondson. I saw him too. He was man. Listen, if and I mean it. I mean it. I mean it.
Okay,
When we
here's.
talk, go ahead.
I'm sorry, babe. I just thought you was done. Go right ahead.
No, I mean this. When Yo and I went to the Cedar Grove game to see Calvary Day, see them play Calvary Day. Who kept them in that game?
It
Yo.
was 2 people. It was O Walker
Mm-hmm.
and EJ Colson.
Yep.
And it was drive after drive. EJ might take the drive over. Next drive, Bo might take the drive over. It was ridiculous to know, to hear our brother talk about Bo Walker, Bo Walker. You hear the highlights, you see the stats, but to actually see him in real live football time, it was great. And here's the thing that I want you all to look at. I'm going to run down 6 names. Bo Walker, Osman Krumo, Zayden Walker, Elijah Griffin.
Oof.
I ain't even done yet. Justice Terry
Nate Frazier.
and
Those
Gibson.
Isaiah Gibson. Now, those are 6 names I want you to think about. All defensive player. I'm sorry, 2 running backs and all defensive player. Now, guess what? I got 2 more names that I'm finna give you. I want you to think about a commit that we just got, number 7, from the Warner Robin Demons, Rashawn Dinkins, who flipped from Georgia Tech over to the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, imagine that draft class with what I just called them 7 names. And then think about this. And this is going to be the last name that I got to call. C.J. Wiley. If you don't know who C.J. Wiley is, get on Google, Safari, or whatever y'all use. Go to the Milton football team and look at the receiver, 6'4", with about a 4.4 speed, C.J. Wiley. And then you'll understand what it is Georgia be getting this year. I'll be surprised if Georgia lose a game in the next 4 years.
Man, it's almost criminal. You know what I'm saying? The bevy of talent that will be there. It's just man.
yeah, it's scary. It's
It's
scary.
scary. Nick says he feels for the seniors who will never play another snap. I can't even imagine it. Let me tell you, Nick, they will probably never forget it. And the reason I say that, I know firsthand because I was a kid when my brother's older than me. My brother experienced the exact same thing his senior year of high school, and they were favored to win the state championship. And that's one reason why Peach kind of hate Perry so bad now. But you don't forget it. I mean, those guys are in their 50s. They damn near 60, and they still think about it. Does it consume them? No, but it's something that just sticks in their craw a little bit, and it hurts. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Mr. Wilson said, "Can you trust the coaches on that?" I couldn't. I mean, I'm sure they will. I think they'll be okay. I don't think they're gonna lose their job. I don't know how
Nah,
that's
because it's
going.
more of a no. That's more of an administration thing. The administration didn't have no business on the paperwork.
Yeah.
Coaches ain't got nothing to do with that paperwork.
Tick says Kansas City is the Build-A-Bear of the NFL, professional Legoland. Marquise Marquise says them refs be helping Kansas City for real.
Mm.
Uh Bear said not like they help Apple.
Mm, mm.
I'm glad you're doing good, Mr. Williams. Um, Mr. Wembley says he appreciates you guys for educating him on that. It makes sense. Nick said he's here all the way. He had to finish cooking and he left his hot sauce at the store and had to check the receipt. So did you go back to get it? I
Mm.
don't. I don't play about that. T said Legoland's grease was too hot to worry about anybody else's, so they didn't
Pretty
cook.
much. Pretty much. That's how it went down.
Mr. McDaniel says they let Grayson get that championship and then they cut the water off. That's the GHSA for you.
But they
And
cut that water. But they cut that water off quick. As soon as that season ended, they put that rule in effect.
oh, but
Mm.
you better believe that it was gripe. It was gripe. With him being eligible to come to Grayson is the reason why. Because at that time we did talk and have a relationship with Dr. Robin Hines, and I can tell you right now, there was a lot of gripe from teams that Grayson had faith in the 7A classification who felt that wasn't right, and that's why they went to the drawing board and put that in place.
Mm.
Mm.
What's I'm sorry, y'all. I'm turning my chicken. Okay. What's going on, Mr. Harris? How are you? Welcome. Dwayne said he was giving the game away the whole game. Talking
Yes,
about
Carson
Carson.
was. Yes, he was.
Yeah, I was cussing his ass out. But what's going on, Deshaun? How you doing? Your court that boy wasn't garbage, Dwayne. Tick says Lagway was 2 for 6 with 46 yards. Most of that was off of one pass. Stop it.
For real.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
What's going on, Nikki Stone? How you doing? Dwayne is in denial, so we're gonna scroll past him. Worth County checking in. Welcome, Mr. Harris. Mr. Wembley said Georgia ain't starting game strong because Brock Bowers and Lad McConkey gone. Bet was throwing that thing up and saying Brock down there somewhere.
I disagree, only because you had a strong run game that opened a lot of passing lanes that Brock Bowers, because if you go back and look at all of the catches Brock and Ladd was making, he was not doing Stetson Bennett. He was not floating the ball down 40, 50 yards that Stetson was hitting Kearis Jackson and Donde Mitchell and all of those boys with. That was not what he was doing. He was hitting intermediate 5, 7, 10-yard passes to Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey, and they would take it 30, 40 yards because the play action, once those linebackers was drawn up and you got you got McConkey and Brock Bowers man up and then a safety over top, they gonna outrun them at the spot. Yeah, it wasn't that, bro. It was the play action. Trust me.
Tick says the G is gonna be hard to deal with for a long time. I believe that. Obadiah says, do y'all honestly think Coach Rush will take an interview for the job at Northside Warner Robins? It's a lot of rumors out there, but I'll hush.
Uh,
I don't think anything in the state of Georgia would touch that man.
Does he have certification? Is he still certified? They didn't revoke
right.
it.
Yeah, I doubted that man's still able to even coach in Georgia right now after what happened down there. So I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, and just be honest, Obadiah. Just think, every time a coaching vacancy come over and open in the state of Georgia, the first name everybody throw around is Rush Bros.
Mm-hmm.
And that man don't have no capabilities of even coming over here coaching again. So, I mean, do he get his certificate back? Have he got his certificate? I don't know. But I think that was stripped from him. So I don't think he can work in Georgia again.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question real fast?
Uh-huh.
And I just realized something. Can y'all name another quarterback on Georgia's roster outside of Carson Beck and Gunnar Stockton?
Yeah.
If you can't, y'all should be able to. That's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah. Colts again.
Thank you. Okay. With that being said, and I'm saying that in prelude to you getting to a specific comment.
Yes, I'm on my way, sir. Um,
Okay.
Deshaun says, as long as you don't blame Mike for that game, nah, it ain't Mike Bobo's fault, not this time. I'm glad you're doing well, Nikki. Tracy says, do y'all really think Juju will be at USC next year? Why isn't UJA on the radar for him?
Okay. I'm gonna let Thirst take his and then I'll go after you.
Okay. If you go to UGA's roster right now, UGA currently has one, two, three, four, five, six, seven quarterbacks on that roster. Two of the names we already know from getting playing time. Carson Beck gonna stop. There are other quarterbacks sitting in the wind. Just so you understand this, you have one, two, three, four freshmen. Majority of them are redshirt. A lot of people don't know about the junior Colin Drake that's sitting on that roster.
Yeah.
That's waiting to play. That's sitting in the wings waiting to play. And he's sitting behind Gunnar Stockton, who's a sophomore. So here's the thing: you got to look at when it comes to Juju. I understand Juju looking at the bigger picture and everything because yes, Carson Beck is gone after this year. He's gone. Everybody expects Gunnar Stockton to take over the job for the next 2 years. Here's my thing: Herbie is developing. Juju, he would be a great name, a great figure to bring in that recruiting class, help the recruiting class out. But at the end of the day, we don't need him. We really don't. Not this coming season. We don't. And I don't see Juju being a guy that's willing to sit. I don't see Juju as an individual that's going to sit on the bench. That's willing to sit on the bench, i.e., um, be a Mr. Manning down in Texas. He transferred to Texas for a reason because that's where he wasn't going there originally. He ended up changing and flipping to Texas because if it wasn't for what's the kid name down there, Spewers,
Yeah,
the kid that
Viewers.
yeah,
you.
Ewers, the quarterback. Nobody didn't. We really didn't see this coming from this guy, but they piped him up with the Texas money for a Heisman chase. But he ain't gonna win the Heisman. We already know that.
He better get
But
used to that US that SEC pace because they look like
yeah,
deer with in headlight.
I
Um,
can see Juju. I can see Juju Stan going to USC for NIL money.
uh,
Transfer might definitely happen,
Okay.
mm,
but
Yeah, baby.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did go to Colorado because he has a chance to challenge for that QB1 spot at Colorado. And that's the thing that if he does flip, that's what would drive him to Colorado.
what's going on, Mr. McKelvin? How you doing? Mr. Alice says Dion is about to flip Juju. What's going? Well, go ahead and say what you're gonna say, yo. I'm sorry.
Okay. I definitely agree with everything Mike just said, except for one thing he didn't touch on. Here's what you
I
got to
gotta
understand.
I gotta say something for you.
Here's what you got to understand that Kirby is looking at. Juju will probably be on Colorado roster next year because Juju is the caliber player type player where he walk into a program as a day one starter, i.e. Dylan Raiola flipping from Georgia, i.e. Arch Manning choosing not to come to Georgia, i.e. Antoine Hill choosing not to come to Georgia. These are kids that's going to be a day one starter. Kirby Smart can easily fly that helicopter, land on Carrollton Trojan Field, and recruit Juju and have him signing on the dotted line to be a Georgia Bulldog. But what Kirby is looking at is everything that Mike just said. You're talking about 6 quarterbacks on Georgia Bulldog roster right now that are freshmen all the way up to seniors, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. If Juju Watkins steps, wait, Juju Watkins, the fine girl from what a name? Good God. If Julian Juju Lewis steps on Georgia Bulldogs campus, he disrupt that entire quarterback room. Yes, Carson Beck gonna be gone, but guess what? Gonna Stockton, transfer portal, because Juju is a freshman. You ain't gonna stay in school longer than Juju is, so you won't be playing. all of those freshmen, those 4 freshmen that still waiting red shirt, you gonna transfer. You ain't gonna be playing. Kirby knows this. So why would he allow his quarterback room to be disrupted by one player, even though he's the caliber that Juju is, when he's already grooming and blossoming Gunnar Stockton to take the job over? It happened with Brock Vandegrift. He didn't want to lose Brock Vandegrift, but Kirby is the type of player that Carson Beck wanted to come back to generate more revenue for himself and get his stock up, and he allowed that, and that caused Brock Vandegrift to transfer. He's not going to lose Gunnar Stockton and the other quarterbacks in his room to recruit Juju.
Mm-mm. And then on top of that, Georgia already got a quarterback coming in this year anyway from Ohio by the dude by the name of Ryan Montgomery.
And not to mention Pugh, that when they got as a freshman, he's just as good.
hmm So the quarterback room is full. If the cupboard is not bare in that quarterback room at all.
Okay. Dwayne said, "Why UGA running back mama messaging Florida players about hitting her son too hard, and our backup quarterback is garbage."
What?
Okay.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, they talking about Florida quarterback. Okay.
Yeah. Tick says Mike Bubble plays a part in this too. Dwayne says UGA has a game manager quarterback trying to play hero ball. That's why he has 6 interceptions in 2 games. Barry says Juju is Colorado bound. Mr. Wizard, how you doing? You can come on whenever you want to, sir. Obadiah says, Mike, who do you see winning the Heisman Trophy? What's going
Cam
on?
Ward,
Who?
Cam Ward,
Okay.
Miami quarterback. Either him or if they decide to give it to a non-quarterback player, I ain't gonna lie, that dude out there at Boise State handling business.
Mm. Oh yeah, he is. What about you, yo?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. I do apologize. I stepped away for a minute. What was that
Who you,
question?
who do you see winning the Heisman Trophy as of now?
Oh, Travis Hunter.
Oh yeah,
If Travis Hunter don't win the Heisman, it's
Boy,
exactly what the
you're right.
article
You're
that I
right.
read.
You know what? I keep forgetting about him and his two-way status. Another
Man,
what's the dude from Michigan?
Charles Woodson.
Yeah, they did the same thing. Yeah,
Oh,
I want to be. You know what? Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, your front 2 runners for the Heisman.
Yeah, and
oh,
if Travis Hunter don't win the Heisman, I read an article where he came out and blatantly just said it's the hate of Deion Sanders and what he's doing at the Colorado program. The reason why he's not the front runner for the Heisman. Let's be real. I mean, the kid is top 5 in offense and defense at his respective position. How can you not? The kid has won, he single-handedly won and got Colorado ranked and bowl eligible. At least 3 to 4 of those 6 or 7 games they won. You got hands down is Travis Hunter. Now the kid out at Boise State, the running back out there, I think he's second. Cam Ward is nothing but a Jordan Travis to me. Nothing to take away from his talent. Very talented kid, but I think he's gotten Miami in a position because of his skill set. But I think if Miami was to get into the playoffs and things like that, they wouldn't last. They wouldn't last. They struggle with Louisville and teams like that. When somebody play them physical and can run and play with them, y'all will see Miami would not be who Miami has shown themselves to be.
I think so. I don't know if I said hello to you, Mr. Cornelius King, but I'm saying it again. It don't hurt to be nice. So how you doing, King Cornelius? Nick Fletcher says the recruiter that has this area is funny and he's a good dude. Tick says University of Florida's whole team is garbage. Well, dang. They got a what's his number 71? Yo, they got a lineman. That boy big as 2 people.
No, you talking about number 21. Standing look like he about 400 pounds, just clog up the middle.
Yeah, I thought it was 71, but either way,
Yeah, but he can't stay on the field doing pass and stuff, and he get
nah.
tired real quick. But DK, they wide receiver, number 17, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all, no, number 7. Y'all Florida folks let me know. DK is a hell of an athlete. Both
Running back.
running backs are pretty good. And Florida, y'all know that man named Dyke. That man named Dyke. But y'all want to call him DK.
DK.
It's Dyke.
DK. DK.
You been
Well,
drinking
hello,
some of my
Mr.
potion? You been drinking my potion talking like that?
I don't think so. So
Okay.
let me read these couple of comments, Mr. Wizard, and the floor is yours. Okay. See,
Yes,
I'm being nice.
ma'am.
I'm gonna be nice to you
Thank
tonight.
you.
Let's see. Nick said he's riding with Ashton Genty. He said he don't care who you playing. Ashton Genty stats are video game numbers. Who is Ashton Genty?
Ooh, that's that running back at Boise
Oh,
State.
Boise State. Okay.
I
Um,
like him.
what's going on, Mr. Hodges? Welcome to the podcast. Mr. Hodges says, bottom line, UGA is not interested in an African American quarterback. That is his opinion. Um,
The,
Mr.
the
Miles
hell?
said Mr. Miles said he'd rather watch the Florida Panthers in the NHL than the Florida Crocodiles. How you doing, Oscar?
That's
Uh,
funny.
Obadiah said, okay, yeah. How you doing, Mr. Robert? And Dwayne says, I'll call him DK. I don't see no DK. I call him Dyke. I don't see no DK. Okay, well, let's go, Mr. Wizard. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Had a good, Tuesday and a good day today with my boo.
All right, that's wonderful.
So,
Love is in the air.
I don't have many games this week, but I do have some. So thank you for the makeup week. So real fast, private. Cavalry Day over Long County. I think we can all agree on that one, right? Yep, sounds good to me. Cause I ain't gonna be here long. I got things to do and things to see. D2. Clinton a narrow one over Charlton County. Greene County over where? Matter. I'm putting you on upset alert against ECI. And Jenkins against Craven County.
So, just to clarify, if Clinch County wins against Charlton County, then Brooks County is the region champ,
Oh,
correct?
I'll let y'all figure that out. I don't know none of that
Y'all
stuff.
podcast land, let me know. If Clinch County secures it, I think Brooks County wins.
Okay, I'll let y'all figure that out. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't do that playoff stuff. I just make predictions, okay?
Okay, sir. Go
Me
ahead.
and my magic 8 ball.
Go ahead, sir.
Sometimes I have another 8 ball there with me.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so D1. Y'all didn't catch that. Good.
I did
Toombs
catch
County
it.
over Swainsboro. That's why I'm moving on. Toombs County over Swainsboro. Worth County over Brantley County. And Fitzgerald loses to Appling County.
Okay.
Okay. So, E2. Again. How in the world did Appling get to number 1? Oh, my bad. Don't even answer that question, Pierce County.
Okay.
So again, Appling over Fitzgerald. Pierce handles Vidalia. Burke County over Thompson. Hateville loses to Carter, Atlanta. Anybody got anything to say?
Yeah. Obadiah would like everybody to know before the Android users in the back, turn your phone sideways and you can see the screen clearly. He promises you. Oscar says,
What's an
hey
Android?
everyone. He
What's
said,
what's an Android?
it's a phone, sir. It's a phone.
I
Oscar,
still I got a BlackBerry.
Lord have mercy. Okay. Well, yeah, I
So
don't
you
know
said
what
I
to
need
tell
to
you about
upgrade?
that.
I need to
Uh,
upgrade?
yeah, friend, probably.
Okay, because I sure
Uh,
was thinking about going to get a razor.
no, baby. Okay, I'm gonna listen.
Huh?
You in the house with Mike. Tell him. I asked him to hook you up with the phone, and he's gonna teach you how to use it. Okay.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll talk to him.
Okay. So that way you can, you can do a lot of stuff, and you can go back and even listen to yourself
Oh,
on the
for
thing.
real?
Because you can't do that now, can you?
Uh-uh.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure he get. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna talk to
Ooh,
Mike.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
I'm excited for you, baby.
Thank you.
Okay. Tick says the Periwinkle Mist is a trap game for Apple County.
We'll see. We shall see. Okay, so nobody in 3A in the top 10 is playing this week, but guess what? I had Thursday to put some 3A games on the pick'ems anyway.
Ooh.
I hope he did. I gave him like 15 games to put on the pick'ems. I think he only did 11 though. He had some math stuff going on.
It's anybody's game now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
4A. I got Ware County doubling up on Hampstead. On New Hampstead, I think we can all agree on that. Now I know it, from my understanding, y'all got a busy show tonight, huh? Y'all gotta go through some practice and stuff too, huh?
We do. So
Okay, so let me
we
keep
do.
moving. I
Okay.
got Brunswick over that institute next to Fort Stewart base down there. By a lot. Yeah. I think we all agree on that one. And in 6A, Grayson won Tuesday. They didn't get my 62, but they got my 42. And they held Heritage to what I predicted, 0. And then at the end Saturday, they'll handle Newton. So guess who just pulled up on me?
Who just pulled up on you?
The Wicked Witch. She
Well, you in
wakes
love with
up.
anything now.
What you talking about, man? I've been kicking it with the Wicked Witch for about a couple of centuries. What you talking about? Couple of decades.
And you know the wizard is loyal if nothing else.
Do your thing, Wizard.
Okay, and that's what I finna go do. Let her play with my thing. I mean, I'm finna go do my thing.
So since you got a question, wizard.
What's that?
So Obadiah says, so since I got the Wiz here now, pick another Thursday night game, and I'm gonna have my witch sister fly over to meet your witch wife.
You don't want these troubles, bruh. Trust me. We been to the school of hard knocks. We done went to the school of Harry Potter. And check the Wicked Witch's profile so you can see the schools that she went to. You don't want none of this, bruh. We will put a spell on her that's gonna affect you.
And there it
All
is.
I'm saying is I hope you got all the kids that you want. You see what she said, right? Space and opportunity. That's the only thing between us.
Okay, go ahead and see you later. Okay, we'll talk. See you later. We can't have you threatening the listeners now.
Okay, I'm just saying, they can't come at me and my baby.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all get back to the show because I know y'all gotta go over some brackets and other stuff. So I'm gonna see y'all on Monday, okay?
Okay, see you later, Wizard.
Oh,
Be
by the
good.
way, I forgot. It was good seeing y'all Saturday.
You saw me?
Yeah,
I
he
saw
did a
y'all.
little flyby.
Man, I was with them Jets.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I
was me
think.
and the witch flying with the
Oh,
Jets.
I was hungry. I was eating. I wasn't even thinking.
And then we was also going around in circles with the Goodyear blimp.
Yeah, my daughter said she hope you crash into the blimp when she saw you ride by.
Well, I was drunk. The Wicked Witch wasn't drunk. She was on other stuff.
Okay, with that, we are going to bid you adieu till next Monday, Mr. Wizard.
Okay. Thank y'all for having me. Love y'all.
All right. We love you too. Peace and hair grease, sir. Peace and hair grease. Oh Lord. So 2A is having a all knockdown drag out brawl. Baby, this gonna be real interesting. Ooh, real interesting. How you doing, Miss April? Welcome to the podcast tonight. Beautiful. So we're gonna do this one more time. The brackets. Are we going from the front to the back or the back to the front?
Either way you like it.
Well, what direction y'all want to go? Well, hold on. What direction we went last week?
We went from the back to the front.
Okay.
My lord. You ain't never supposed to
That
wipe
don't
that.
that don't sound right, but I'm gonna keep it moving.
You went from
That's
6A to the private.
I'm trying
This
to
week,
figure out. I'm trying to figure out why y'all folks still pay Jeremy Williams any attention, man.
oh my God, Nick. He said he like to start in the front.
mm, 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 mm.
Okay.
All right, whatever you say, whatever you like. All right, so
Right
we're gonna
now,
start with we're gonna okay.
It is
right
First
now,
not
thing
they like
first.
this
Friday.
that barbecue pulled pork sandwich on eat.
You got coleslaw on it too?
I just said that.
Man, you
But you ain't
slipping
gonna
out
like the
there.
way I fix mine. I put cheese, pickles, and mustard on mine.
Mustard.
hmm
Country.
I put that shit on everything.
Hold on.
Okay. So before we get started on this, one couple of things we're gonna disclose again. This is primarily these are not official brackets. These are for entertainment purposes only. With that being said, these are based on the standings as of sometime on Tuesday. A lot of things done, yeah, early Tuesday. A lot of things done changed since early Tuesday. So let's just have fun. Don't try and correct me on this. Because y'all ain't the ones putting in the work on this.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes. You weren't
so
with
we
us
just,
shooting in the club, shooting in the gym. You wasn't with us. So just
yeah. So just sit back and let's have some fun and let's just have fun with this. So, um, where we at? On the left hand side of the bracket. I think we all agree that on that essay coming out of that, right? You know what? I'm gonna put essay right there.
okay.
No, I'm gonna put essay right here because I think we all agree essay is gonna come out that bracket and run rampant on everybody, right?
You think what about North Cobb Christian?
What about them?
Again, yeah. What about again? Essay gonna run rampant on that. I think we all agree with Hebron Christian coming out here, and for anybody that ain't been paying attention, it's gonna be after Academy there. But guess what? I think we all agree that it's gonna be Hebron Christian here in the semifinals, regardless, right?
I can agree.
Mhm.
Okay. So ain't no need to keep playing with the top part of the bracket. Let's go and get down to the bottom. Now, I want everybody to understand and notice in private, the top 8 seeds are getting biased this year because we had two private teams drop out. St. Francis and Walker drop out. So we only have 24 private
Four.
teams playing, 24 private teams playing in the playoffs this year. And I do feel sorry for St. Francis and Walker on why they had to drop out because they only had 14 to 14, 11 players,
Oh wow.
respectfully, or something like that, due
That
to
sounds
injuries and stuff like that. So,
like the private school my niece and nephew go to. Lord have mercy. Watching a football game over there is painful. But okay, I'm sorry. Shout out to Young
so
American Christian Academy.
yeah. So if things were to sit like they're sitting now, um, we do see PAC and Cavalry Day in the semifinals over here with no problem. Here's my thing. We're gonna come back to that right to that left side. The right side bracket is my thing, is my issue right now.
Ew.
Is this the matchup that we see happening? We see, I think we agree we see Wesley coming out of that quadrant right there. But who is it between Holy Innocents and Fellowship Christian?
I say fellowship, me personally.
And I'm with you on that primarily because they get a bye. They got an extra week off to prepare for Holy Innocents because nobody thinks Mount Vernon stands a chance against Holy Innocents. So with the two quarterfinals brackets that we see at the bottom, how do we see this playing out?
Mm, I said Calvary and Fellowship. Me,
You think Calvary Day beats PAC?
yeah.
And I kind of agree with you on that.
Okay. What's going on, Sean? Mike, are you talking?
The Wizard but don't came out the attic and the basement and put the bag over his head.
Or bothering by the phone?
Hmm.
Must be. They are having a whole sidebar conversation in the chat. I am not reading any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But welcome, Sean. That's all I'm gonna say. And while Mike is getting it together, Tick says PAC versus Wesleyan.
Mm, decent, decent tick. Again, I'm not trying to discourage anything you say because that can go either way. I don't see Savannah Christian um, being beat in private, and I think Calvary been getting a raw deal because they're not that heavy team that they were last year. I think Calvary last year was Savannah Christian this year, and Savannah Christian this year was Calvary last year. So with that being said, I think Calvary fly under the radar and can possibly face Savannah Christian in the semis.
Okay, y'all done with that conversation?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, I appreciate it because I sure did just have some technical difficulties just then.
Yeah, yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
All right. So
Uh,
we saying so who we saying coming out between Wesley and Fellowship Christian? That part I did miss.
I say fellowship. That's just me.
what
Okay.
is
You know what?
we got one for Fellowship, we got one for Wesleyan.
Uh, we just having fun anyway. This is just for play. So remember again, this is just for play. Uh, whoever wins, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whoever wins the semifinal games between the Atheists and Cavalry, they is gonna win. Is gonna win the state title at the end of the
I
day.
agree. I agree.
Say it again.
Whoever wins between Savannah Atheists and Cavalry Knight is gonna win the state title and for private.
Okay.
All right, but again, these brackets will be finalized once the GHSA publish them on Sunday. All right,
Y'all know what?
what's up?
I can cook pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, where we at? D2.
Ooh, now this the one.
Man, I don't even know why you playing. It's either Clinch or Green County coming out this quadrant to the semifinals.
I know that, but they
Mm-hmm.
in the first
I'm
season.
sorry, Clinch and Green. It's early been a little shaky all year, ain't it? If I'm not mistaken. Man, we dealing with all these schools. I be forgetting sometimes. No, you know what? It's between Clinch and Early. I'm sorry, but I think Early will get it though. Again,
Mm, mm. I like glass top.
and what?
Mm.
The
To
lose.
be the number four. To be the number 4 team on that. But yeah, I'm looking at that. I would probably say try and possibly Sly versus.
Huh?
I'm still around with Green County, man. I'm still around with Green.
Stay ride with them.
I'm still around with Green, man.
That
So
wasn't
I
me
just
smacking. That was yo.
so here's my question for you, right? You brought up Green County. So you're not holding what the loss that they had to Lincoln. You're not holding that against them. And the loss that they had to Morgan County, you're not gonna hold that against them, right?
Mm,
Now, with that
no.
question, okay. Do you think they win this weekend against Warren County?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, to solidify the second seed.
Definitely.
Okay, so you want to see Green County? Okay, so we're gonna say Green County out this region. Now we're gonna put
Um.
them out that quadrant, shall I say? Or you see them going all the way to the final four?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
mm,
They gotta play Sly or Tryon. I don't see that.
Man, I don't trust Sly this year, man. I really don't. If I'm gonna pick anybody, I'm gonna put Tryon.
I'm okay
Treon,
with Tryon.
Tryon.
I'm okay with Tryon. The only thing I'm saying about Sly is they still have a dog in Zayden Walker, and we know a team can get hot in the playoffs and make a run. So I
Yeah,
wouldn't count Sly. That's all I'm saying. But I think Tryon is a stronger team and should win, but I wouldn't count Sly.
I think the thing that really hurts me against Sly is them taking that loss against Macon County. I don't think that should have happened.
Well, that's a rivalry game, so
Now, I'm with you on that, but not, you don't go out and lose in that rivalry game 44-29 and still expect to have that respect.
well, Macon County is the reading champs though.
I'm with you on that. The only team Macon County had to contend with in that region was who? Sly.
Taylor? Didn't they have Taylor County?
yeah.
You gonna count Taylor County?
I am. The region was supposed to season ranking. I mean preseason prediction had the region coming down to Taylor and Sly.
And we had Sly winning, but Sly let us down throughout the season, so we stopped paying. So we let them just go ahead and put their ass out the pasture because we didn't understand what was going on at Sly early in the season, and then when it came to Macon County, we we had some reservation against Macon County, but then at the same time, we thinking Macon County was going to be able and run away with it. As we got through the preseason the way too early preseason rankings, and actually started looking at teams like we do, we thought Macon County was gonna be that dude. But when you look at their record, they both sitting at 6-4, 5-1 in the region.
All
How
right.
you how we gonna spend that?
Mm.
Okay. So let me go. Let me go and read what some of these people are saying. Sean says, "I like Glasscock." Pause. He was talking about you, yo. Uh, Tick says, "And what, yo? Uno." Obadiah says, "Since South Georgia is always on the road, is always flipping against since uh okay. Since South Georgia is always on the road, just can you cook me a sweet potato pie?" I actually can, Obadiah. I get rave reviews. I certainly can. And you will love it. Uh Tick says Green's quarterback is gonna be their downfall. I tend to agree, Tick. I was, when I saw them, it was early on, but I was like, okay, they just he needs to kind of get acclimated and kind of get his feet under him. But apparently he didn't. Barry says Green is not beating Clinch. Um, Mr. Map, who is very close to the um to the situation, says Green is playing bad ball at the wrong time. So with that, the listeners
With
are
that,
saying I think the listeners are going Clinch.
so you think Clemson get past early?
No, I don't.
I'm just asking a question, cause I have no problem with that right there.
That'll work.
And then I'm gonna be honest, if it does happen, try out, let me down so many times. I don't expect you to come out and perform well against early.
Now I'm okay with that because I can see that happening. But y'all mark my words when I tell y'all that Green County team, and I know Mr. Map is right down there in Greensboro. He know his team. I'm not knocking what he's saying. That Greene County team is full of athletes.
Mm-hmm.
When you can put that together, especially start talking about playoffs, that's going to be a dangerous team. That's all I can tell you. I saw this with my own eyes, and I jumped on the bandwagon then, and I'm going to still ride it. I ain't going to jump off of it just yet.
Dwayne has a question. He says, what does Green have on offense?
They got a hell of a running back, and they got a hell of a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Is that number 11?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay.
Played quarterback last year. They moved him to receiver and safety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good. Nick says, Green just playing bad at the wrong time for real, but playoffs is a new season. I can see it. Yo. Nick says early over Clinch County. Mr. Wembley says bump up a diet. I need that sweet potato. I can make both of y'all one. How about that? What's going on, Miss Davis? Welcome to the podcast. She says it should be illegal to have digital screens on the field.
No, you can't. You can't. That's a whole different conversation, and it's a lot that goes into that. If they're gonna sit there and record huddle on the sideline, why can't they review that huddle footage? All right, so top right. Out of the bottom, I think we all agree Irwin has an easy path to the quarterfinals.
I'm going Jenkins County.
So
well, no, I'm getting Jenkins and Jenkins County mixed up. No, never mind.
No, what you're looking at is
Macon County. I mean,
this is what you're looking at right here in the second round.
Okay,
It doesn't matter who's going.
Can you put Irwin over there, right there?
I got Irwin right here in the quarterfinals.
Semi.
You're going to put him over there,
yeah.
Okay, they're going to put him in the semifinal. Be done with.
Yeah.
Okay, ain't no need to play with that.
Since he's trying to fight that out.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the bottom right real fast. We got Lincoln, Charlton, Mitchell, Hancock, Manchester, Marion, Wilcox, Mac. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go ahead and put Lincoln County right there.
Well, I'm not sure about that, Manchester.
Now Lincoln County is 10-0. They've been whipping everybody, but you've been
right there, Manchester. Go down. Lincoln County in the quarters.
Oh my Lord! Why Manchester do they have Irwin? You got such an easy.
Easy. Because Lincoln County and Manchester will probably be my state championship game. And if you go back and look last year in the playoff brackets that I did, I had Lincoln County and Manchester. Now, although it didn't play out like that, that's what I thought, and I still stand by. I'm sorry, I had Lincoln County and Sly. Mm-hmm. But I think Lincoln County and Manchester this year.
So we're just gonna do it like this then. Okay, we're just gonna do it like this. Man/LC.
There you go.
Okay. That'll work.
All right. Bottom left, I think we all see Brooks making it to the quarterfinals, no for sure. But who do they play? Bowden, no matter.
Bowden, maybe?
I'm thinking Bowden.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nick says that Manchester Lincoln game will be a good one. Tracy says Lincoln County will not beat Manchester.
I don't think so either, but it'll be a good game.
Dwayne says Brooks versus Metter again. Yes, Nick, Irwin does have a cakewalk, and I got you on the sweet potato pie, friend. Barry agrees with Bowden too. So Brooks County and Bowden, are they both number 1 seeds?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Bowden is the second seed behind Manchester, right?
Okay.
Let me see. Brooks 2. They are behind Irwin.
Well, now if Clinch wins Friday, then that's gonna change, and then Brooks is the easy thing.
Baby
Well, I
girl,
ain't
we
gonna,
ain't
I
talking
know,
about that. We ain't talking about that. We
I know it's
basing this
flame play. It's flame
off of
play.
Friday, off of what happened last Friday. This whole thing is based off of last Friday. So
I get you,
as
friend.
a
But what I was saying, the reason I was asking, I was wondering if there was going to be a coin flip because I think whoever wins that game is. It just depends on home field advantage. I think that will make a play.
well, it's gonna be. I mean, the GHSA is gonna do a coin flip regardless for at a minimum 6A. You know, for 6A on down, and then yeah, for 6A through 4A, they got to do the coin flip anyway.
And it goes for that one also. So
So whoever the home team is, that's where I would put right there. Was my point. Tick says
Okay.
matter. Dwayne says if Clinch wins Friday, they're number one. How you doing, Mr. Bird? Welcome.
All I'm gonna say is this: when it comes to Meta, they better not let anybody down. Y'all know Meta got a game this weekend, right?
yep,
Mm-hmm.
You know who they play, right?
yep.
ECI, right?
ECI, right?
ECI. ECI. If I'm not mistaken, it's always been a tough game, right?
Yeah, they
They
bought it.
neighbors.
Okay. So I'm just saying, if Meta got to hold on and win this weekend,
I don't think it'll be a problem with ECI. I know, just like I said, it can go either way because of that rivalry. And if I'm not mistaken, we could look it up, do the history on it. ECI probably owns the head-to-head competition between Meta and ECI, but I think Meta is a team that's been put together the last couple of years, showing themselves in Division One. For the
no.
last 3 years, we've been doing the podcast. I think
Okay.
this the year they kind of break through.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell you like this, just so you understand, the series as of right now, right, is Meta 43, ECI 41, one tie. All right.
Yes.
Meta, hold on. Meta has won every game since 2018
Yeah,
that they've played. Is this the
yeah,
year that ECI gets to get
nah,
back? You
nah.
don't think so? Okay.
Nah, it's just like you said. I know it's been the last couple of years we've been doing the podcast. We've been watching Meta on the rise. I don't think ECI can play with them this year.
Okay. Just try.
And to
I'm just
have them
trying to.
since the last 8 years, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see that stopping no time soon.
Okay.
Obadiah says we got a few. There's the King of Shade says we got a few teams in different classifications that have a cakewalk, but I'm a hush and keep watching. Um, Dwayne says Metter can't hold Brooks jockstrap. I'm not sure they want to. How
Mm.
you doing, Mr. Reddick? Welcome, King Hustle Athletic Training, guys. I'm telling you, if you want the training, hit Mr. Reddick up. Welcome to the podcast, Charles Sneed. He says, I don't think Lincoln will beat Manchester. Lincoln doesn't pass much at all. You've got to pass on Manchester. We need
They got a guy named Justice Terry that sits on that defensive line. You ain't running on him, so
yeah. Mr. Bird said he missed us. We missed you too, Mr. Bird.
Mr.
Matter
Bird. No. I gotta address Mr. Bird, babe. Mr. Bird, you came in here preseason and you talked the hype about Aquinas and playing in 3A and getting ready for the playoffs and stuff, but it didn't work well for you, Mr. Bird, and we ain't seen you. Where you been?
MIA.
MIA.
But we're glad you came in today,
Welcome
though.
back, Mr. Bird. We'll talk to you throughout the playoffs. Make sure you come back and let us know how
we got
your
do we
Aquinas
got
is doing.
he got duties and responsibilities.
As
But
we all.
I probably passed by you if you came to the game last night. I probably passed by
Ah,
you in the stadium. Okay, so we had D1. Let me get
yeah.
rid of all these D2 things and then we'll go on. Nick says all I know is Meta must have set everyone for our scrimmage because they looked horrendous then. Nick says ECI is a rivalry game and anything can happen. Um, Charles Sneed says if Clinch wins, they will be number 2, and if they lose, they will be number 4. Yeah, Mr. Bird, we did the privates, but what we'll do later on, we'll go back and show them to you, see what we got. Dwayne says clinch at 4 is very dangerous. Jeremy Jones Sr., welcome, Mr. Lee County. He said, do you know anything about Hancock Central?
You can beat up on them all you want in basketball and football, but you ain't gonna touch them in basketball.
Pretty much. And check out the Pine Festival in October. It's a treat. So will it be Brooks, Clinch, Irwin, and Charlton? I don't know who the fourth seed is gonna be. He's working and prepping for a new baby. Congratulations, Mr. Bird.
Good job, Mr. Bird.
That's enough right there. It is not Friday, you nasty thing.
I ain't said nothing. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Patrick said if you can have me on, I could definitely give my honest thoughts. Well, do you know a lot about the privates? Because I mean, a lot of people don't talk about it, but yeah, we can next time we go through it, sure. I don't have a problem with that at all, Mr. Bird. We love talking to you. Mike.
Yes.
Mr. Reddy said he never got the information to the coach that he was supposed to get.
Oh, you know what? Man, I got so much going on. I'm finna do it. I'm finna send you his IG now.
Nick said, go ahead and put tunes in the ship. What's going on, Mr. Combs? How you doing? He said he meant on Aquinas' season. Okay. You did ask, yo. He wanted to answer on Aquinas' season. Yeah, he did ask. How you doing, Mr. Suggs? All right, so who we got?
We on D1. I think we all agree Fannin County, Toombs County, the top going to the gonna be in the semis.
Okay, so Tick, where did you go? He got Fannin County over Northeast. What are y'all saying?
Doubt it.
You doubt what, friend?
I doubt Fannin County will beat Northeast.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the lunch pail kids are not going to be physical enough to stop 6 and 5 from running all up and down that field.
Nick said there isn't a defensive line or offensive line like Savannah atheists in our class. That front is serious. Mr. Matt said, I heard all D2 first round games will be on a Saturday. I think they are.
Haven't been confirmed, but we think so, Mr. Matt.
Nick says, I mean, not Nick. Mr. Odom says Northeast wins against Fannin. We are awfully physical.
Definitely. Too physical for that team.
So you got two Northeast to your Fannin. You gonna slash it, sir?
I guess I ain't got no choice on this one, so we're gonna go like this. Dan.
Although
That's better.
Mike doesn't believe it, but yeah.
Is that y'all better? I mean, it fits everybody better though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's go down to the border.
Yeah, actually, I'm sitting up here trying to multitask and seeing King this information. Okay. Let me see what we got going on here.
Coosa.
And what?
Going to put Dodge County right.
Yeah, Dodge got a easy path.
So you think they're gonna get past Worth with no issues?
I didn't say. I mean, I don't see what's below what's below McNair.
Worth County.
Okay, well, I didn't see that. But no,
I wasn't talking to the semi. I wasn't talking to the semis. I was just talking about Dodge going to the quarters. That's where we were.
Yeah, I don't know, but
and that matchup right there, though, I'll still take Dodge over Worth.
Mr. No, let me go back up. Okay, Mr. Wembley said, "What do we know about Jackson County? That's Commerce. I think Jackson County is Commerce, but it's Commerce, the city, but it's not the school. I don't know much about Jackson County. Um, Nick says Northeast. He said watching Fannon's film in Northeast. He says Northeast looks better than Fannin County. Mr. Darisaw, welcome. He says Dublin over Thomasville. You tripping? Put go and do that one. Thomasville, THOM and Dub. Go on and slash that one too.
Okay. So the only thing we feel is that has a chance of winning is all the way out is Toombs County.
Yeah, you probably can pencil them in for the unless they get the big head and get lost in the bright lights in big city.
Fat.
I see him pulling it out. What's going on, Mr. Fowler? How are you? Welcome to the podcast. He said, we ain't got no big head. I didn't say you had a big head, Mr. Fletcher. I said, if you don't get it. And if you don't get caught like a deer in headlights in the bins, trust me, I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I've seen this happen. These teams were world beaters. And then they get to the dome or they get to the bins and they just wet the bed because the moment is too big. And I'm talking about for first time people. I'm not saying that that's going to happen in Toombs County. I think y'all are going to make it do what it do. However, you need to be cognizant that could happen.
Don't tell them then, as a viewer said.
Yeah, Tick said. He said, "Don't tell them nothing."
Okay.
He said they're on a mission. Okay. So that's what we've got right there. Now, personally, I think Toombs can pull it out, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But Toombs is still the favorite though, regardless.
Toombs is definitely the favor. Now let's get to these 2A honey. These nuts been fussing all game, all show. Let's see how this works.
Man, they been fussing since Monday. That's what they've been doing.
Mr. Wembley, he said, my bad, TCC. Them YNs were not playing with us last week.
Mm.
So yeah, Barry says Rockmart. He said he just added him and thank you, Mike.
Oh, no problem.
Tick says it's gonna be Northeast and Dublin in the rematch for the championship. Okay.
Awesome.
Callaway.
Callaway over West Side.
West Side make it? Oh hell yeah, Callaway.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure we was on the same page.
Yeah, don't sleep on Burke County. You're absolutely right. I think they're in the bottom.
We ain't got there yet. We focus on what's on the screen right now. So left side between Sumter and Morgan.
Ew.
You think you think the physicality that's no, because honestly, I'm with them, and for me, it's the physicality that something is going to bring to Morgan County. That Morgan County just hasn't experienced this year.
Sumter.
Okay.
Rockmart.
I know you don't want to say. I know you don't want to say it, do you? You really don't want to say it. You just want me to go ahead and do it.
Callaway.
You ain't gonna. You just don't want to. You just don't want to give them the love, do you?
I mean, something tells me Apple won't be getting that far. Oscar says something versus Morgan. It's gonna be a tie. Both trash. Boy, you terrible. Bear says Callaway. Montega says if the game is in Madison, I'm going with Morgan over Sumter.
Mm. Okay.
Tick says from what I've seen in Columbus, I'm taking Morgan over Sumter.
Mm.
Different caliber team they played in Columbus than they'll play in Madison, Georgia. I can tell you that.
What do you have against Morgan County?
The same thing he got against Calhoun.
No, we own Morgan. Morgan
Oh,
can't.
oh, my
Morgan
bad.
has
That's me.
never beat us. Yeah, Morgan
Oh,
has
my
never
bad.
beat us.
All right, what y'all think about these quarterfinals in the bottom part of the bracket?
Let's see.
Canada,
Dwayne says Chris versus Cook.
And what
Uh,
basketball?
hey. Jeremy Jones says Carver Columbus for states.
Uh,
So Carver over Pierce.
hey, this is just for play now, okay? Dang, don't nobody take it serious.
Burke and Carver Atlanta.
Burke,
Burt coming to Atlanta. You think they gonna win at
Burke,
Lakewood?
Burke.
We gonna see. I would love to see that matchup though. Hell, I'd be free. I can go to that game.
Damn sure will.
Six says Pierce would beat Carver Columbus.
And what?
They played lights out
Baseball and baseball and baseball
when I saw
and
Carver Columbus.
baseball and bass fishing.
They played lights out when I saw Carver Columbus. They impressed me. So
I'm telling y'all from the beginning of the season, man, Carl Columbus will be the only team that can knock Pierce off.
Dwayne, I told you to get rid of them Percocets or them oxycodone. I ain't say sell them, but throw them away. Don't take them no more. He said Chris County gonna upset Burt. In Wood.
My lord.
Shit, I don't even think Chris is upset Bergen EA Sports right now.
Barry says Pierce will knock them off.
Keep the faith, dog. Keep the faith.
We'll see. This is good. What's going on, Mr. Wilson? How you doing?
Benedict.
Yeah.
What time we at?
Dwayne says all the one seeds can't win.
It has
Why
happened
can't
before, Dwayne.
why
They're
can't
one
you?
seed for a reason.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be some upsets, but I just don't see that one. And then technically, I don't care what you say. I still think Pierce should be a number one seed.
They got that opposite.
He said, "Oh my goodness." Marquis said Chris couldn't even upset a Pee Wee team. Oscar says, "Well, a couple of false starts, illegal motions, and athlete can beat Pierce too." What's going on, Mr. Dunbar? He says Burke County Bears is a physical team. Mr. Wilson says they're getting healthy. Well, that's a good thing. Right in time for the playoffs. You're getting your quarterback back. Tick says number 8 for Pierce is going to be hard for Carver's DBs to deal with. Okay.
Understand the game before you say that one. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
Please be sure to tell these people again. This is the pod going off current predictions. Some will think it's final.
Man, like I keep saying, this is for play. Based off of Friday results. This is play.
Play. Mr. Wilson said the quarterback is 2 weeks out. So y'all get past the first round, Ryan says Appling should have taken that second seed because they're not a hard team to beat at home. Oh my.
Well, I do have a question for the Apple fans. Is there any possibility of a return for your QB1? Just serious question. No pun intended. No shots fired. It's a serious question. Is it possible for QB1 for Apple County to come back for the playoffs or during the playoffs at any given time?
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Dwayne says y'all are sleeping on Thompson. Trey is a grown man in that backfield. Well, listen, when Trey
And
came back, Thompson started moving, getting on the ball now. I'm telling you.
all I'm
Jeremy,
saying is this. Hold on. Can we go back and talk about this Thompson thing real fast? I'm
yes,
sticking to what we said on Thompson last year, and I'm gonna carry it forward to this year. Thompson has to play as a team. If they are not playing as a cohesive unit, they will be gone second round.
mm. Jeremy says Carver is real hungry. And DeAntoine says, who will be in the finals in 2A with the teams left?
Carl Columbus and Burke. I'm,
I can do
I
that.
think Yo agree, and I think Yo agrees with that.
I can see that.
I can see
Okay.
that. Deshaun say yeah, it's gonna be on the stretcher playing with Carl Columbus. Okay. Um Nick said he's rehabbing to go pitch at UGA.
Mm.
Maine, what's going on, man? He said Trey is the beast. Brandon Slack said no, he won't be back, but our freshman isn't playing bad, and our defense is playing pretty good. What's going on, Mr. Slack? Welcome. Brian Wembley says not an Appling fan, but a couple of kids that play for Appling come to the shop in Douglas to get a cut, but I doubt he's coming back. Jabo, who will win? Don't ask me that. You know what I'm gonna say.
You already know, J-Bo.
Wildcats. Okay, so 3A. Let's do this. Um. Okay, I can see that. Douglas over Calhoun.
Yeah,
I hope you ain't playing in Calhoun. That's all I got to
they
say.
are. And Calhoun at that.
My lord.
And
Yes.
here's my thing with Douglas. I think the running game from Douglas is what will propel them because they can pound them with the heavy guy, with the heavyweight, and then come back and hit them with the little quick fast back they got. Um, to keep Calhoun defense on the field and wear that defense down. That's the
Okay.
only reason why. Left
Let's
side.
understand they got 15 players on the team at one time on the field at any given time.
Oh,
And
you're
I'm just
right. You're right.
I just
Westover and Coney.
mm-hmm. You think what okay. What about okay, never mind. I'm gonna go with you.
Who comes out of that court? Who comes out of that quarterfinal then between the Coney and Westover?
Westover and Peach.
You really think Westover gonna be disciplined enough to come out of that game?
Let me think. Uh, y'all.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I had to ask the discipline question on that team. So I already know what y'all gonna say, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it to you.
No, what you gonna say?
What you gonna say, sir? You
I ain't
you
saying
You
seen us,
think
you
Bobo?
seen us both. You know. Who would you say?
Douglas.
Oh shit!
Where we at over here? Shit, none of them teams, none of these teams up here scare anybody.
What's going?
Really?
Is this
Shit.
wait a minute, is this the third seed bracket over here on
That's
the
a
left?
fourth. That's a fourth seed.
Oh, okay.
Uh, let's see. Stevenson, Whitewater, Northwest Whitfield, Jenkins.
Now here's the thing: if that Usseley team can make another run, they beat Lagrange. If they can pull up the us, because they almost beat Sandy Creek, that's gonna be interesting. But I think Sandy Creek kind of get it together once Latimer get healthy. I think he's kind of hurt right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this definitely is not gonna be the be the bracket, but just let me
Stevenson and
know.
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Okay. Think
I
that this
mean,
is
I think people sleeping on Jenkins. Who said Stevens can make it that far? But that's just me. Um, let's see. Uh, Mr. Jones said Westover. How you doing, Mr. James? How you doing, friend? Yeah, it's tough. I know y'all got some bad news earlier this week, but welcome to the podcast. We're glad you came. Dwayne has Douglas, but we don't give a shit. They ain't gonna win. Now hush. Oscar says Harlem's gonna be a tough out for Oconee, and then they have to travel to Harlem. They cook real good at home. Oh wow. Dwayne says Cedar Grove. Okay. Uh,
I would love I ain't gonna lie, I would love for that to happen, but I'm gonna keep it real with my team right now. I'm gonna keep it real. 'Cause I just ain't with I'm not with the quarterback play.
Mr. Reddick said he reached out fast. Thanks a lot.
No problem. He's good people, man. He used to work at he used to be the strength coach at Clark, by the way, just so you know.
Hmm. Oh Lord, Nick, shut up. I mean, not Nick. Dwayne Hush. Nick said, give me Cedar Grove for the first round upset." Okay, they baby, they
Moving on,
really,
moving on.
they
I know.
building you up.
I'm not, and you know what? I'm not buying what they sell. I'm not picking up what they putting down.
And there it is. Okay, so that's the final four, people. Uh,
Cause we got 15 minutes to get through these next three brackets.
okay, let's go,
So,
let's go, let's go.
all right,
4A.
4A. I think everybody's gonna say this right here. One. Oh, just so you know, if you see an asterisk beside their name, it was because they had to wait. I'm waiting on region final standings to happen.
I'm wondering East Side and Perry.
Yeah,
We gonna
it can
put
be Perry East Side on that.
because I just don't know.
Oh, East Side. I'm just gonna do it like that.
But
Um,
it don't matter
let's see what.
Creekside. Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Creekside over there. We ain't got
Okay.
15 minutes. Let's not beat around the bush, shall we?
Uh, I know Jackson gonna be versus Blessed Trinity. Blessed Trinity gonna beat Jackson. Benedictine gonna wear the hell out of Southwest Cab,
And
and
Ola.
Ola's gonna beat Flowery Branch. But you still think Benedictine gonna put it on Ola, right?
Yeah, I think
I,
Benedictine and Blessed Trinity.
and
That blessed Trinity team is a scary team right now, flying under the radar.
but they get their quarterback back in this round. I think this is the round they get.
Okay, let me think. Blessed Trinity, Benedictine, Benedictine, Blessed Trinity, Blessed Trinity, Blessed Trinity,
And
quarterback
that's
and
what.
I heard the sarcasm in your voice when you started, you jackass.
I am a ass of all jacks.
That you are. Mr. James says, yeah, it's all good. We'll be back. Our quarterback and those young receivers are going to be a problem next year. Okay. I got you.
Can
So you
I
got
can I address who was it?
Oh,
Who was it? It wasn't Little. Can I who said that?
said what?
I just lost the comment.
They seriously picking Cedar Grove for the first round upset?
No, it's above that.
Cedar Grove ain't that bad.
Yeah, that one right there. City
Marquise said
Grove
that.
ain't okay. Honestly, it was a situation going on in City Grove to where last week when they played Louisville. I'm not gonna get into that. That's here nor there. It's done and over with. We lost the game, right? This is what I am gonna say. One thing that me and my partner, we always say to each other, before you put your people in a situation, you got to know and understand your personnel. I think my brother and my sister on here kind of feels I know and understand my personnel when it comes to that City Grove offense.
mhm.
As long as number 5 is at quarterback this year, and I'm not trying to down the kid because the kid has showed growth throughout the season. But my thing with him is he puts the offense in bad situations, which in turn puts pressure on the defense, i.e., turnover. He's been a turnover machine. All right. Last week, I think he threw one interception against Luella. He had no zero interceptions against Riverdale. His best two games of the season, to be honest with you. As long as he's at quarterback, Cedar Grove's offense is going to be held back. I'm sorry. It's the honest truth. That's the honest truth. Our
Um,
passing game is not going to be there. Not the way we are used to having it.
mhm. Mr. Bird wants to know who is the number one seed in 3A.
Right now, it's Harlem, Mr. Bird.
Harlem.
Oh, real. Oh, so we saying Blessed Trinity over Benedictine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get down to the bottom of the bracket. Who we got?
Now, listeners and Mike, while we're going through these brackets, anybody that said Douglas over Peach County is really hate. Because if you've seen Peach County offense right now, Douglas would not have enough. I just had to address that.
Stop.
North Oconee,
Yeah. Who
North
wins between
Oconee,
where?
North
Okay.
Oconee,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And North Oconee.
North
Okay.
Yeah, that's who
Because
I got.
I'm not even grabbing no team from up here. Stars, Mills, Mays, West Middleton, College. I'm not even grabbing them. All right. So that's what your Final Four is. We think it's gonna look like.
Yeah, Creekside and North Oconee probably for the championship.
Hmm? You taking Creekside over Marist?
Creekside and North Oconee possibly for the championship.
My man, because I feel Marist will meet their match in the semifinals. Okay.
Who I said I picked as the favorite. So there's
North
that.
Oh,
Oconee.
I thought you were talking about AM.
Who was Harlem's loss? One loss to. What it was? It
West
Was it?
Side Augusta
West
was
Side
no,
Augusta.
it was Aquinas. It was Aquinas.
It was Aquinas, I think.
Yeah, it was Aquinas.
13-12 or something like that, right?
The score was 12-7.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Mr. Williams? How are you doing? Cambridge doesn't play Hiram, they go to Kell first round. This is okay, so we have a disclaimer. All of this, Mr. Williams, is for play. And so these were based on the standings as of what day?
Basically Friday. After the games on Friday.
After the games on Friday. This is just play. This is, this is just something that we're doing. Once they're solidified, we'll go from there. Patrick Bird said Harlem will fall early, second round by my guess.
I agree.
I can see that.
I like Westover over them in that second round if it shapes up to be that.
Yeah, what's going on, Mr. Knowles, Ezekiel? Welcome to the podcast.
What's your name? Tony. What's your name? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Says,
Tony, what's your
You know what I
name?
did? You know what I did last night? Don't you say it. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to get that out. That just popped in my head. As soon as I heard Ezekiel, that popped in my head.
Lord have mercy. Let me read what Tick says, and so Yo can address it because I'm sure he does, and then we can move on to this. Tick says, "What happens when Peach County faces a big physical O line? They are small on the defensive front." Serious question. They are small on the defensive
They
front.
are small on the defensive front. They are. But you can ask Westover and Cairo and Darty for that matter, as well as Monroe.
Bainbridge.
Cambridge. You could have.
They were
They was outmanned size wise. Every region foe that we faced. Perry, Northside, they was outmanned. But when you got fast and physical defensive linemen that fly to the ball, we'll be all right.
But they are indeed small. They are small, Mr. T. Let's see.
So you ain't gonna hold on. So you ain't gonna say it, huh?
Go ahead, say it, Mike.
You know what the weakness is on your defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secondary.
Thank you. That's all. I'm done with it. If you face a good passing team, that's gonna be your weakness. That's all. Because your cornerbacks are small for one, or your secondary is small.
They are.
But
So,
but but we got a secret weapon that comes in, so we okay.
Yeah.
all right, okay.
But yeah, thank y'all for the honest assessment. It's very true. It's very true. Let's see. Mr. Jones says Gainesville will beat Coffee.
And what?
Well, let's back up one. Gainesville and Woodward
Woodward
Academy first.
Academy. Ooh. Woodward Academy started out slow, but they
All
kind
right,
of brought it on
but you
late.
can't penalize them for who they played though.
I said,
That
but
made
they
them.
brought it on late. I'm not saying that. I was making an observation.
No, I'm with you on that because everybody put Woodward Academy down because they started the season out 0-3. But when you consider who they lost to, they played Carrollton tight, lost to Carrollton by 10, lost to
College
Collins Hill
Hill
by a touchdown.
lost the
Now they
marriage.
got they got blowed out against Marist now 38-0. But those three losses, it wasn't no shabby teams that they lost to. But once they got in the region play, they ran through the region as they should have done. Even beat,
Decatur
in the
undefeated.
Decatur. Yeah, they beat Decatur, which was their best opponent in that region this year. But
Let's
Gainesville Woodward Academy, who we got though?
Okay, Jeremy Jones says
Well,
Woodward will lose to Gainesville.
what?
See, my thing with Gainesville is people got Gainesville hyped up because of their facilities. They still ain't got the players that they need in place.
Who,
That's my
Gainesville?
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Gainesville got some of the best facilities in the state of Georgia. They
Probably.
just don't have the key players in place that they need.
Let's just be honest. The last 2 years was the best years for Gainesville. They're on a downslope now and still just reaping the benefit of a team that was tight the last 2 years. Gainesville will not even be relevant next year.
Really? Okay. So what about I mean they played Roswell pretty tough.
Okay, and a what? A loss?
They lost 48 to 45.
Okay, but here's my question. Was it
Don't
a loss?
say nothing funny so I won't cuss you out.
Was it a loss? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, let's move on.
Coffee
Jeremy
Woodward
says,
in the quarterfinals.
Jeremy says, please take Coffee down, please. Don't be like that.
So you don't think Coffee gonna get past Jackson County / Villa Rica / Brunswick?
They will.
Woodward
Let's be
Academy.
honest. Let's be honest.
Woodward.
They will.
They
Okay.
will.
Who we got over here?
Jeremy says no. Miss Jones, Coffee will beat those guys unless
Okay,
they
Oh
just
wait, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Never mind. I'm sorry. Go back. I mean, keep going. You got it, Jeff.
Yeah, he was saying no. Yeah, Coffee will beat Brunswick and all them. Now they might lose a Woodward Academy, but they'll get that far at least.
that huge Roswell game gonna be interesting.
It is.
What's going on, Mr. Tate? How you doing? Mr. James said, I don't Brunswick can't. Okay. Daniel James said, I don't know, man. Gainesville has a young quarterback. That's a dog. And we also got somebody, Jeremy says Brunswick will kill him. Jeremy, because there's no quarterback play at all. What's going on, William Skyfly? Welcome. He says Coffee will not beat Brunswick. Oscar, you so silly. Decaf County stand up. Barry says y'all don't have any faith in the Southeast Georgia teams. Okay, so here's our thing.
When it comes to 4A, I mean, when it comes to 5A, nope, because it's all Milton. You know what? We just gonna skip 5A, and I'm just gonna
No,
go
we
ahead and do
don't.
that.
No, that's
I'm just gonna put.
right there.
I haven't did this the whole time we've done these brackets the past 2 weeks. I'm putting Milton right there champion, and
TCC
then for runner up, that's the
Okay,
runner up. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I get it. So, barring injuries, Milton is supposed to win it all. But honestly, who do you think wins between TCC and Hughes? Because I think TCC beats Rome again.
Hughes.
Okay. Oh, he sounds kind of central. He said they better score more than their average 35 points. Who Jeremy? Whoever talking better talk about Thomas County Central. Uh
We don't see bottom line is we don't see TCC repeating this year. What else needs to be said about them?
yeah.
Even if they do make it to the final, Milton is gonna skull drag them. I'm sorry. I don't care how you spin it.
Woo-hoo! The Shade King has struck again. He said, why would you even ask these young gentlemen these questions when you already know they're going to say one thing and possibly pick another one? Ah! Ah!
I don't
Woo!
understand.
Mr. Bird says, I have TCC, but again, Milton overall. He's Williams Godfly said, put some respect on my Yellow Jacks. We did. We got you going to the third round.
Yeah, we're gonna put you. Look, okay, if that's what you want to see to make you happy, but I'm gonna be honest with you on this one. If you do have to come up here and play wrong, you better be on your A game because Rome has proven they can get in a shootout. They got no problem getting in shootouts with you. The
And
question is, you
they have a bone to pick with TCC because of what happened last year. They got a chip on the shoulder. So,
this Joker just said Milton ain't played nobody this year. Are
sir,
you? Hold on, hold on,
sir,
No, 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 no. Wait, stop right there. I got this. I got this one. And this is Friday night. Are you fucking crazy?
I'm wondering. Somebody look up Williams Fly Guy, cause that's what tell me.
That's Jeremy. Okay, I'm gonna let that one go then. Cause
Something
Jeremy
tell
ain't.
me.
Okay, all right.
I forget. He's such a sicko.
Okay,
He
all right.
really is
Well,
a sicko.
I ain't even look at the name. I just saw the comment. Milton ain't played nobody. What? Milton beat one of the
That
best teams in Florida this year. What are you talking about?
that was the red flag. That was the red flag.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Never mind. Jeremy done switched accounts now. Okay, never mind.
yeah, they don't
So
care. That's him.
all right, so Final Four, Lee County versus Milton. Whoever wins on that side more than likely is gonna win in that state title. But we still got. But guess what? Champion is gonna be Milton. Runner up. Who cares?
But that's why you play the games. You never know. Uh,
Yes, you are correct on that.
Jeremy said Lee is gonna beat Milton. And Mr. Bird, we certainly will go back to the bracket, the private bracket, so you can see it before we leave. We'll do that for you, of course. Okay. Collins Hill and Grayson. Who y'all got?
Grayson.
Man, you know what? It don't even matter, dog. I'm just. You know what?
What's going on, Mr. Killian? I hope I said your name right. Tell me how I say. I don't want to say it wrong because you deserve to have your name said correctly. Is it Killian or Killian? Um, he said Clark Central gonna wake y'all back up.
Clark Central will be a 1 seed that lose to a 4 seed Hampton County.
Mm.
Jeremy said, okay. Jeremy Jones says Milton plays too close in the first half with everybody. We play 4 quarters consistently.
Who we taking between Grayson and Collins Hill right now?
Somebody said Collins Hill.
Grayson.
Okay, enough said on that one. So this is your Final Four. So your Final Four right now is gonna be either we're gonna put North Gwinnett Buford down here. That's
uh,
your Final Four. But at the end of the day, it don't even matter because it's Carrollton over everybody.
Mr. Bird says, I think Carrollton overall, but not as big of a landslide as Milton's landslide. You're on point with the rest of the with the podcast analysts here. These gentlemen on the panel, they agree with you, Mr. Bird. Okay, so y'all see the 6A. I mean, yeah, the 6A. Go back to the private bracket for Mr. Bird.
Oh, he ain't gonna like it. Yeah, Aquinas beat Savannah Country Day, but you're gonna lose second round to Savannah Atheist. If you're stuck at that 16 seed as you are as a Friday.
Damn. Mr. Bird, I like you. You're an honest fan.
He said, "Oh, I love my Irish, but Savannah Christian is gonna take us to the woodshed. Elijah Griffin gonna choke slam my old line. Oh man,
Hey, sometimes you gotta give it. Sometimes you gotta be honest about your personnel. Sometimes you got a butter knife in the draw. Sometimes you got a steak knife in the draw.
Hey, on our next show, man, I'm not gonna be on. I'm gonna just sit back in the EP position, and I'm gonna start screening this William Fly guy and all that crazy stuff, and I'm gonna start getting them out of here, man. The foolishness is going on too long.
Hold on, let me see something.
what's
Let
going
me see.
on? What's going on? The fake Mr. Robert.
She said the fake Mr. Robert. Girl, you crazy.
That's what he is. The fake Robert. Mr. Bird said we taking plastic cutlery with us to a bazooka fight.
Hell no. Cole, Cole, you stupid.
He said you ain't gotta scream me. I'm a legit person.
Prove it. Because right now we don't think you are.
He said, Mr. Wembley says, I don't know which is worse, Region 15A or Region 85A.
Mm.
I don't know who's
See,
who.
they all. Hey, they all. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna say that tonight. I'm gonna be nice.
Well, guys, the final four for private, Savannah, yo school, here Hebron Christian. Who's at the bottom? I think did we say Prince Avenue? Or
Mm-hmm.
and we'll go down to the bottom. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Calvary Day and Fellowship Christian. And they said probably Savannah and Calvary Day. Yeah. But yeah. Whoever
William,
wins that side wins the championship. I think they said Calvary Day over Savannah, but we'll see.
I ain't gonna lie now. He might not be Jeremy. I ain't, oh, never mind. I don't know. Like, I don't know. He might not be Jeremy.
Well, y'all check it out.
Now I'm looking at him now. He might not be. I don't know. I just need to know what his zip code is. I just need for him to post the zip code because there's only two zip codes in the city he claimed to live in.
He said, why these ignorant people thinking that Coffee, TCC, and Lee is in Region 1? Oh, wow.
Oh, it is. Well, shit, let them think what they think then, or whatever.
That Region 2, ain't it?
I
Uh,
don't know.
they reason too. That's why I say let them think what they think. I just need the last two digits of the zip code and we good, Mister Williams Godfly.
He said he don't know a Jeremy.
I'm with you on that. I just need the last two digits of that zip code. That's all I want. Last two digits. I already know what the first three is. You give me the last two, and then I know you're legit. That's how
I
you can
mean,
prove that you ain't him. And we won't block you because you really seem like with that comment though. That comment you made don't sit right with us because that sounds like what the troll would normally say.
he said I'm from the 229, no track record needed.
Look, doc. Okay, that don't mean that.
Man, go,
Ain't
go
Jeremy
on,
ain't,
man.
ain't Jeremy from the
Okay.
229.
Well, he got verification. Hawk knows him. Welcome, Hawk. How you doing?
Okay,
And
Hawk.
welcome, Mr. Guyfly. You have to understand that we deal with a troll all the time, and he's always making fake accounts. And you came in rah 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 on some stuff that he would normally do. So, with that being said, welcome to the podcast. We still don't think TCC is going to repeat. I mean, but hey, who are we? Who are me to judge? I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you who I am, Judge. It ain't finna happen. I'm telling you like a thing I is. And the reason I'm telling you that is two things. One, your your defense got exposed against Lee County. That's number one. Number two, your quarterback play is gonna catch up with you in the playoffs. Because what you have to understand is in the playoffs, each week you're playing better and better and better competition each week. And I just don't see TCC surpassing coming up to Atlanta and beating a huge team. I don't see it happening.
But we don't know.
Yeah, that again, that's why the games are played. Because I really don't. I mean, honestly, I don't see them getting past Rome in the second round. But stranger things have happened, right?
Yeah, TCC. And that's what Mr. Carlson said. Welcome, Mr. Carlson. He said TCC came up to Rome and won. They did. I mean, that was a really hard fought game. I'm not sure that
And that wasn't the best team.
yeah.
They played a down Langston Hughes team and was able to beat them. Kudos, you won your championship. We ain't talking about last year. We talking about this year.
Wrong. Well, what I was gonna say was, yeah, this team. While this team is good, I mean, the team that y'all had last year was lights out, and it would be very difficult for you to go up there and do it again. Now you could, but all I'm saying is Rome is better, and they got a chip on their shoulder. So I mean, it's gonna take everything you got, and you could pull it off. But I still think that even if you do beat TCC, Hughes, I don't know, but that's just my opinion,
No,
Obadiah,
I mean,
and it
Obadiah,
makes it that much sweeter when you.
Obadiah. I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
No, I was just
all
gonna
I'm
say, if we're wrong, it makes the "I told you so" that much sweeter.
and we'll have the plate sitting in front of us. But all I'm saying is this again: Lee County, Houston County laid the blueprint down for you guys. Two teams that if the brackets were to stick as they were, Rome and Hughes can put that blueprint to use. That's all I'm saying because Lee County and Houston County were the only teams y'all played this year that put up 30 plus points on you, and they did it for a reason.
Mr. Jones says Antoine Hill is the number 2 quarterback in the state. He is our only problem so far. Well, guess who the number 1 quarterback
No,
play for?
no, sir. I do not. I'm not going to agree with that. And I'm not going to let you slide with that because you best to give that quarterback at Lee County some respect on what he did to y'all.
He is
Give
Lee
that quarter.
County. Mr. Jones
Hold on.
is Lee County.
No, 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 no. Oh, he is okay. I thought he
Jerry
was
Jones
TCC
is
because
Lee
I was sure
County.
about to get boy. Cause that quarterback from Lee County ran over TCC all night long.
Well,
Gave them
it was
jokers the
another
business.
quarterback in the senior class, minus the reclassification of Juju Lewis.
Yeah.
That's another quarterback by the name of Luke Nickel.
Nickel. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying for Mike just went off the rails. You got to meet him. And he could pose a problem to you too, Mr. Jones. That's all we saying.
Oh, that's
And
why we already said. That's why we said Milton winning regardless. Milton and whoever. Who cares?
Let's
We
see. Hawk
we
said
stuck on
nothing
that
wrong
one.
he said nothing wrong with what y'all saying. We gotta play. Mr. Carlson, ain't no need to be in here calling names. Now this ain't Friday night, but I can make it Friday night if that's what the fuck you want. If you gonna come on this podcast, you gonna talk like you got some goddamn sense. Other than that, keep that to yourself. Mr. Flournoy says nothing wrong with what y'all saying. We gotta play. Mr. Farley says a winning team doesn't want to see another winning team win, so I understand Mike's energy.
No, no, no. My team ain't got nothing to do with your team. Trust and believe that. It's just the fact from what I saw in the league, from what I saw in the league county game. Um, if one player goes down on your defense, y'all stuck. And that's the defensive end guy. I forgot his name, Cam or something like that. If he goes down, your whole defense is destroyed. And that whole, let me see, right side of the offense, left side of the defense is wide open because ain't no next man up if he goes down ever again.
That ain't got nothing to do with Cam Brooks. But what you not fixing to do is come on here and call anybody on this panel a dummy. Now, if you want to talk high school football, goddamn it, that's what the fuck you do. But you don't come on here insulting nobody. That's what we do. Now, welcome to the podcast.
Well, evidently, he was one of the ones complaining why they keep running to that side of the defense when Cam went down. Because that's what our offensive coordinator's gonna do. That's called football. If you don't like it, don't go to the store, buy a new ankle, put it on Cam, put Cam back out there. But if Cam goes down, of course every offensive coordinator is gonna attack that side of the defense. Who wouldn't?
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
We've said all year, Region 2, 5A, it's one of the toughest regions, if not the toughest region in Georgia High School Football Association. Lee
Yep.
County,
Say that
Thomas
from the
County Central, Coffee County, and Hoco. You're talking about some dogs all throughout that region there. Okay, we know this. We dealt with this first year of this podcast, man. I was hoofing. TCC, they let me down. Last year, I didn't feel them, man. I said, yeah, Mike, we'll do the back and forth thing. TCC a strong team, but I ain't going to put my trust in them like that. TCC is a good team. Lee County won the region this year. They're not as good as they was last year or the year before in my eyes. But why are we wasting a lot of time talking about TCC when the thing still belong to Milton? If you
Dude,
beat Milton, Thomas County Central, you can serve me whatever kind of crow you choose to serve me.
yo, what's on your screen for runner up?
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
It's it. Exactly. At the end of the day, that's all that matters when it comes to 5A.
At the end
You're
of the
not getting
day,
paid.
the day gonna end just like this podcast.
Hold on. Whoa, what did he just say? Milton got put out weak.
Talking about the state champions in 7A got put out in the third round last year.
Ooh,
Okay.
baby. He said never mind his last statement.
Nah, bro. What you gonna understand is one.
Players mess
Don't
up. It's all right, Mr. Fly Guy. Guy Fly.
don't
Players mess
don't come.
up.
One thing we do is we verify and we try and speak facts as much as possible. So for you to even say that right off the rip is you're not understanding where we're coming from with Milton. 7A champ sitting down at 5A with pretty much the same team that's improved on what they had last year.
Okay, real quick, Jeremy. What are you going off besides being a fan of Lee County to say Lee County will beat Milton?
You know what? I'm gonna help Fly Guy out. I'm gonna delete your comment for you, Fly Guy. We're
He
gonna
said as soon as he posted it, he said I messed up. Players mess up. It's all right, Mr. Fly Guy. You good?
I can't I was gonna help him out and delete the comment so it ain't part of the record.
He admitted it. You good?
Okay, we're gonna leave it up there. Okay. I was gonna delete it, help him
No,
out a
no,
little
no,
bit.
no. I'm trying to see. We got 40 turnovers in 10 games.
Who is
That's
we?
outstanding. Lee County, that's outstanding. All jokes aside, that's great. That's a hell of a defense. I watch you
Mm-hmm.
play OTAs. I know what you got on defense. That stud y'all had come up, and his brother, I think they was 15, and I don't know what the defensive lineman is. I think 15 was his brother playing some stand-up end or some outside linebacker or so. Man, hell of a team. Everybody know I'm the biggest fan of Crumo. I think he's the best back in the state. Taking nothing away from Lee County. If Lee County was in 6A, they might pose a problem to some briefers and some Carrolltons and things like that. But bro, what y'all gotta understand is Milton is a team that has been built. This team has been built to win consecutive championships. This team has taken some of the best talent around and put them all on one team with a top quarterback, a top wide receiver in the state, a top back in the state, a top tight end in the state, top offensive linemen, top defensive linemen, and a hell of a coach. I'm not taking nothing away from Lee County. I'm not taking nothing away from Thomas County Central. We are a form of entertainment media here on this podcast. And what we have seen and what we know about Milton is they are the strongest team in 5A. If you go out and beat them, I'll be the first one to stand up, applaud you, eat my crow, and everything else. But standing right here, looking on paper, there's not a team in the state of Georgia that's stronger than Milton right now. And that's simple. People gave you all the same props last year as a 6A team, saying that you was the best team in the state, could beat anybody in 6A, 7A, on down. That's what was said about Thomas County Central. Lee County was a good team last year. I thought Lee County would beat Thomas County Central last year. Lee County brought all of that back and added some pieces, but it still don't take away from the type of talent that's going on up there in Milton, Georgia. That's all we saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that on
But
that.
I ain't gonna. I'm just gonna say, if I can speak honest about my team, why can't you speak honestly about yours?
Well, I
Hmm.
mean, I think they are. I think.
I
I
don't
mean,
think they are. They're delusional.
oh, Mike, here you
I'm gonna say no. I'm finna have my Stephen A moment. I'm finna have my Stephen A moment, and then
Hey,
we gonna sit it down.
the
before you rant, bro,
agitator, the agitator.
before you rant, Obadiah, I took my cap to you, bro. Obadiah said he's from South Georgia, and if he ain't met you in person, don't come on here and talk about TCC when he been inviting y'all to the group.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Uh,
he ain't talking to me on that.
ah,
Um,
let's see. Mr. Jones said, I'm just saying you can't base a state championship off of just talent. We're really, really good. Nobody's discounting you, Mr. Jones. We
the,
understand that you're really, really good.
the hell, that's what wins state titles is talent.
The best
The
talent
hell is you
known to
talking
win.
about?
And
Because
coaching, and coaching, and
you
coaching.
know,
But Milton ain't no Milton has a great coaching staff too. I mean, I just listen. That's why you play the game. And prove these folks wrong. There's because let me tell you, like last year, that Hughes. What happened? Hughes, Aaron Nolan got injured. They had some other key injuries. So guess what? All that all that talk about Hughes went out the window because they were
mm,
injured.
I
Now,
know,
barring
but
injury, say start barring injury, Milton should win it all. But that doesn't mean that they will.
mm.
I'm sorry. I'm tired. I got a busy day tomorrow too.
You know what? I was just, man, y'all don't put me. I don't even feel like having my Stephen A moment now.
I'm sorry, Mike. Oh my goodness. I owe you a
Because
I owe you a
I
moment.
was ready to go. I don't
I'm
even feel like it now. But I am gonna say this. Um, um, at the end of the day, TCC, be honestly assess your team position by position. And I'm telling you now where your weak spot is at on your team. All right, it's your QB on offense. That's your weak spot there. On defense, um, you are vulnerable for some odd reason, which I don't know why, but you are vulnerable on the edges, especially when it's a quarterback run. But here's the thing: what you have to remember is Milton can replicate the same thing that Lee County did against you on both sides of the ball. Milton has a quarterback that can run. They have a nice running back. They have, to me, they have a better receiving core than Lee County. So
Oh,
when you
and miles down. Like I said, if you go position for position, Lee County to um, Milton, you probably talking about two positions, and as a whole unit, you don't win. Running back, Lee County.
see, Mr.
Defensive
Carter,
tackle, one defensive tackle on Lee County is a stud, but as a unit, Milton. Offensive line, Milton. Wide receivers, Milton. Cornerbacks, Milton. Safety, linebacker, Milton, Milton. Like all the way across the board
Milton wins at every position.
at every position.
And that's the thing that for TCC fans to understand. And then they say, "Oh, you only must have watched the one Lee County game." That's the only opponent y'all played worth watching this year.
It's not true, bro. I ain't gonna. I
Hold
can't
on.
agree with that.
Outside of House and County, in my
And
opinion,
and
that's
and Kirby, that was a pretty good region they played in.
okay. If you want to count coffee, okay. But outside of that, your non-region schedule, which I have no problem saying, is weak as fuck. You're playing the same teams you've always played on the same stretch of road. And I said this earlier this year. If you want to be the best, you play the best. Step outside of your comfort zone and play better teams. If you don't want to come to North Georgia or bring North Georgia teams down to you, then go play better teams in Florida. But y'all don't want to have that conversation though. Go travel up north, travel to Alabama. But y'all don't want to have that conversation. Bring Alabama teams into you, but y'all don't want to have that conversation. You want to stick to the same stretch of highway. Stop it. Prove yourself, up your competition in your non-region schedule.
And scene.
And close.
Tick sums it up nicely. These are predictions, people. Predictions.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Wimber. I wasn't trying to go there because I had already went there this year. I ain't trying to repeat myself. But man, we're going on 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think we had some fun tonight. We got some couple of fan bases stirred up.
Yes.
But yeah, I had fun tonight.
I did. Thank y'all so much. I'm sorry I made it Friday on a Wednesday. I'm not gonna do that anymore. That's easy.
Every time you do it.
But so here's my question for y'all. Here's my question. We got to make a call now. Are we coming on Friday or not?
No.
Okay, cool. That's it. I'm getting yep. I'll be drunk as a skunk on Friday. Cool.
Yeah, I have some things to do on Friday. I'll be in the Fountain City watching my Wildcats take on them Billy Goats for a spot in the SIC championship. So yeah, Friday night I'll probably be unavailable too. So we won't be on Friday, guys, but we'll definitely be back
Yeah.
on Monday.
On Monday, and the whole bracket system will be played out by then, so maybe everybody can calm down and see where you want to be and where you're supposed to be.
Don't nobody want to read a caption. All they want to do is look at pictures. That's all I'm saying.
Uh,
Reading is fun. Reading is fundamental.
Mr. Guyfly, we talked about it a little bit earlier. We just think it's a very unfortunate situation. We feel for the kids and that the adults that were in charge of handling whatever paperwork that needed to be handled, they failed those kids miserably. So, but if you go back to the beginning of the podcast, toward the beginning, you can hear a little bit more about what we said about the Stockbridge situation. Yeah, it was tough. But again, we appreciate you guys. We couldn't do this without you. And I must love y'all because my show is. I got to wait till tomorrow to watch it now because it's on right now. I
Yeah.
must love you. So y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you next Monday.
Peace.